Trey Ford joins us, the 26-year-old quarterback of the Edmonton Elks, and he's a football fan. Trey, what do you think with the biggest news of the day, of the week, Bill Belichick taking over the Tar Heels? How do you think he's going to do there?
I think he's going to do well, right? I mean, he's a phenomenal coach, right? He's been coaching for so many years. He's experienced at what he's doing. Obviously, he had Tom Brady, which definitely helped. But I think he's definitely going to be able to have an impact right away.
Everybody's got an opinion. I just wanted to get yours from a guy that's been on the field. Congratulations on the new deal, Trey, and it's an honor to have you on the show. I've never had you on before. Can you take me through just the past couple of weeks from a huge change in the front office and coaching staff to getting a new deal? We saw it from the outside. What was it like from the inside?
It was interesting, right? Because the season ended, and I didn't want to come back to Edmonton. I thought my time here was up, and then I had a good conversation with Chris Morris, and then obviously Ed and Mark, and all the conversations were good. They were saying things that I liked, and so from there it was just really trying to decide on a deal. So I went back and forth with my agent, and we were able to come to something that we both agreed to. So I'm happy to be here for another 3 years now.
How about the reaction, by the way? You knew the fans loved you. They were chanting your name in games even when you guys were losing. Even if you weren't on the field, they wanted you on the field. But this outpouring since you signed has been pretty staggering, man. It's pretty clear how they feel about you in Edmonton. How's that feel?
It's good to know that I do have the fan support, right? They supported me through my 3 years here, whether, like you said, I was playing or not. They wanted me on the field. You could hear that at the games, right? The fans would start chanting and everything, which I thought, was cool for me. Obviously, the aspect that they wanted me to go in. Obviously, I felt bad for whoever else was at quarterback because, you're out there trying to do your best and win games. So tough for them, but I do appreciate all the fan support I've had over the last 3 years.
I'll tell you what, I mentioned at 26, you're a Heck Brighton Award winner. You've had 3 years in this league, and you were a first-round pick. You've been through so much for your age. Do you feel older than 26? I would think those years in Edmonton probably aged you a little bit. How you feeling now?
Yeah, I feel old in general all the time. I got to start working more on my mobility because my body's getting a little bit sore. But I think it's also the impact of having a daughter already. At 26, I got another one on the way. So dad duties are definitely having an impact, and I also do house renovations. So those are taking a little bit of a toll on the body too. But nothing bad at all. Just getting old.
Stay away from the power tools. Just do me a favor and stay away from the power tools. John in Edmonton writes in, here come all the Elks fans. He says, question for you, Trey, as an Elks season ticket holder, what are your expectations for next season? I assume he means as the team.
Yeah, I expect our team to be better than what we were this year, right? So if you set the bar at 7-11, which we were, I think we're going to be better than that. And I think we're going to be a lot better than that, right? I'm hoping to at least flip that and be 7-11, right? 11-7, sorry. And having an opportunity to go to the playoffs and always compete in the playoffs and then compete in the Grey Cup. And I think our team has done a phenomenal job of, executing and having good offense and good defense at certain times throughout the year, but we have to do it consistently throughout the entire year to be in that situation. And I think with the 3 guys we have hired so far, I think they're gonna do everything right and do it the proper way, and I think that's gonna help us have success.
Another John in Winnipeg says, Trey, congrats on your new contract. Who did you look up to growing up? Who was your favorite player?
So I had a couple. Obviously, I was a big fan of Michael Vick growing up because, mobile quarterback, kind of had a similar style of play, right? And then when I got a little bit older, I was a big Russell Wilson fan when he was in Seattle. Obviously, a little bit less when he was with the Broncos. But I think he's doing a phenomenal job again this year with the Steelers. So it's been up and down. And then I'm able to appreciate a lot of players now, being a professional quarterback myself, like whether I'm watching Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, right? You're able to respect everybody's game and kind of try to learn a little bit from everybody.
Another question from viewer John says, when you play your brother, who do your parents cheer for? Do you get that all the time? You're laughing already. Did you know that one was coming? What does your family cheer for?
My dad's kind of 50-50. You know, he doesn't like to pick, so what he does is whoever has the home game, he's cheering for. So whether we're in Winnipeg or in Edmonton, that kind of decides who he's cheering for. And I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, right? That way he keeps it even, keeps it fair.
BW in Edmonton writes in, I hope you don't mind me just lobbing these questions at you from the viewers.
No, that's fine.
I think you can handle it. You're a smart guy. VW says, Trey, are you bugging your brother yet to join you with the Elks? We're not suggesting tampering here, but would you like to play with him in the CFL?
Well, obviously, to get the chance to play with my brother would be phenomenal. But he's got a lot of stuff on his plate right now with NFL workouts, and he's pretty busy. I know he's got, I think, 2 or 3 coming up next week. So he's really focused on that leading up to, January, probably mid-January. He'll probably have a couple more workouts. So he's really locked in on the opportunity to try to go back to the NFL. If it doesn't work out, and then he is coming back to the CFL. I know he loves Winnipeg. He loves it there, obviously. I tell him Edmonton's not a terrible spot to be either. But he's gonna have to make that decision. But right now, he's focused 100% on the NFL.
It's interesting you say that about Edmonton. Well, they're all great markets in the CFL, but I noticed this when you guys started to put some wins together after the coaching change, and that place was starting to fill up. I'm like, literally, all it's going to take is to win, and that place is going to be jammed again. Like, you don't got to do a lot of marketing. You don't got to do a lot of stuff. Do you sense that, too? It's such a great CFL town. They want to come back and support the team so bad, I think is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely have a lot of fans, right? And it's been a bad, 4 or 5 years. Like, we haven't really done too much. But we do have those little bit of spurts, and the seats do fill up, right? We do get fans. And I think, obviously, we can help ourselves by winning to get fans in the stands, but I also think we can do a lot more stuff in the community, just outreaching and, going and getting more involved in the community, which is going to bring even more fans, right? I know everybody's goal is, they want to fill the whole stadium, which is a lot of people, so we got a long way to go. But winning and getting out in the community will definitely do it.
You seem like a guy to me that would like that, to be out dealing with the fans and the kids and everything around Edmonton and Northern Alberta, for that matter. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 100%. I'm moving here full time in January, so I'm just doing the holidays in Ontario with my family. Then I'm going to be moving back up here and trying to get involved in the community and stuff in the off season, and obviously getting a little bit of a head start on the playbook and try to get it rolling.
I think we're all pulling for the Elks. I can say that now. I worked for Saskatchewan for 20 years, but I'm just a CFL fan. And listen, Killam's a great guy. Hervey's a great guy. Chris Morris is a great guy. How can you not be excited about that? But I got to ask you, lastly, do you get tired of being asked about the past? If you noticed, I haven't brought it up the last 3 years, other than it's aged you. Does it get? You probably don't want to talk about it because it doesn't matter anymore, really.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really bug me. People like to, ask about it, and I try to give them, the best answers that I can. Obviously, I'm not trying to take shots at anybody or anything like that, but I do want people, when they do ask, to try to understand, what the 3 years was like. I try to give them, the best answer that I can, and that's all I can do.
You handled it with the utmost of class. Trey, there's no doubt about that. So I'm glad that it's all worked out. I'm glad you're excited for the future, and enjoy Christmas with the little one. Good luck with the next one, and hopefully we can do this in the new year.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect. Thank you.